Okay, everyone, we're back again. Episode 381. I'm here by myself all week. Everyone's busy. Jamal's in South Carolina. And from what I gather this morning, Tony is at the capital, Sacramento, so that they can talk about SB 1090, I believe. Don't shoot the messenger. I haven't been keeping up. But I believe that they're up there. Today was the deadline. They're going up there to support it and make sure it goes the way they want it to go to keep Altadena. So I'm glad you all can join me today. I'm going to be jumping into the announcements in about 5 minutes. But first, I don't have all the special effects that Jamal has for especially Hump Day today. He usually controls all that. But today is Wednesday, and it is a Wellness Wednesday. And one of the things that I'm going to focus on today is enjoying the holiday weekend by just relaxing. Now, I had situations happen to me the night before Father's Day. I acquired 2 flat tires on the way back from a wedding Saturday night, and wasn't a pretty sight. Had my 99.5-year-old mother-in-law in the car with my fiance, and we're stuck in the fast track on the 91, which is not a good feeling when cars are going by at a 90, 100 miles an hour. Luckily, a really nice CHP officer came up. I told him the situation. He got my mother-in-law and my fiance to safety at a Starbucks. They then Ubered home while I waited for the flatbed to come, because with 1 flat tire, you can deal with it. With 2 flat tires, you're out the game. Like you're put on injured reserve. And so that ruined it for Father's Day because I had no car, and my normal tradition is to drive up to Mount Wilson and just enjoy the silence. So that didn't happen, which ruined it. Anyway, I'm going to take advantage of one of these days coming up for either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, most likely Friday or Sunday, most likely Sunday, because I just need a day to myself so that I can do what I need to do. I got my road dog in. I had to send out the bat signal and say, hey, you know what I had to do? What I did to get Marcus in here. Remember the Mississippi situation? Or the Alabama where the man had to throw his hat up?
You talking about the boat?
He threw his hat up like the bat signal. That was the signal.
Yeah, that thing went about 50 feet in the air, dude. He slid that thing up there.
And then the white cheers became famous.
Right.
The one dude with the dreads swimming the shore, which really squashed the myth that black people can't swim, because he was on one. He was Michael Black. He was Michael Blouts. Michael Black Phelps.
Oh man.
He was woo 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 and still had energy to get up out the thing and fight.
Soaking wet.
That's the epitome. That epitome. I beat you down soaking wet. That had been a good 10 extra pounds on him.
Yeah, man. And he wasn't no big dude. You know, that was extra weight.
Yeah. When he was going to go over there, he heeded the call. The hat went up. He heeded the call. He was like, I'm out. You know what? I can't wait for the slow boat to just get over there. And soon as the boat started to disembark, there was smoke in the city.
Yep.
And that's our Juneteenth right there. In a nutshell, Frederick Douglass had a speech about the 4th of July, and that's really what he's most famous for, right? and I saw a clip of it. James Earl Jones read it. Now, what more powerful black man that you could pick than James Earl Jones? I mean, James Earl Jones, when he walks in the room, he commands attention. Because that voice, first of all, I've been scared of him since 1977 when Darth Vader came on. Because if you really go behind the scenes, Marcus, David Prowse was a 7'2" actor, right? He was real tall. He played Darth Vader, the person. But his voice was, "Come here, old chap, unhand that woman." You know, he was that kind of voice, right? So they made him say the lines in the movie. But then they had James Earl Jones double. So they could actually use the powerful force of the real Darth Vader. You know, because I find your lack of faith disturbing. That just sounds so weird. Now in today's society, that would play off. They're trying to do a second Spaceballs. You remember Spaceballs?
Yeah, I remember Spaceballs.
Yeah. So they're trying to do a part 2. I don't know how. Majority of the people in the cast are gone.
Yeah,
you know?
Right.
So, I mean, John Candy, who played the Chihuahua, the Terrier, instead of Chewbacca, he played he had the ponytails. Oh my God, it's hilarious. But yeah, man. Just glad to be on here Wellness Wednesdays. I was talking about how I'm going to not do anything on one of the days. You know, Sherry always has, I got a fun-filled packed weekend for us. I'm like, no.
Yeah,
I've been
man.
working all week. I give you one day, and it's got to be a day that ain't on 4th of July. So she wants to go to a concert, and I said, hey, I know some of your friends want to go, so, you know, by all means, that will actually, I can take that day as a day of rest. Yeah. The Lord said rest on the Sabbath. That was the Saturday for some folks. So here I am resting this Saturday.
There you go, man. Yeah, resting is important, man. It's part of that wellness, for sure.
Yeah.
You know?
It would just be me and the 2 little Muppets, the little dogs at home. That, you know, one... so where I lived, the dog that was there died 3 months after the fire.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was sad. So Sherry had bought me a puppy, Cane Corso puppy. She was real little, right? And the other dog, the pit bull, would always beat her up and snatch her bandages off her clipped ears, and she'd be screaming in pain half the time, like not pain, but just like, get off me, you know, that kind of stuff. So now, you know, this is her when she was little. This is him, right? Now this is her. And so now she puts her paw on his head when she wants him to be in submission. It's so funny. I got videos of them. But that, you know, what I wasn't realizing is that a lot of things that she was doing was trying to bring me wellness. You know, getting me the puppy.
Yeah.
Turning the backyard into a miniature golf course.
Yeah.
Getting a jacuzzi. You know, getting an umbrella to go over the jacuzzi so we won't get burnt up when we want to sit out there in the middle of the day.
Right.
All of these things she's doing because I need wellness.
It's very thoughtful. Very thoughtful, man.
But, you know, I'm learning to appreciate not telling people don't do this.
Yeah.
Because I'm the giver. It's hard for me to accept gifts. I'm the one that likes to help other people. It's hard to accept the help. Yeah. Because you're not used to it. You know, women and children are the only ones that are loved unconditionally. Chris Rock said this. Men are loved on the condition that they do something for you. Be a value, of service, of something. You don't generally, fathers are never loved. They are known as the rock of the family. The mother is always the nurturing, loved one. You always run to your mom. You don't run to your daddy unless you grew up in a single family home and then your dad was only one. Yeah. But normally, you would run to your mom. Your dad was there to make sure you had stuff to eat, roof over your head, all the stuff you have.
Mm-hmm. And
your mom was there to run the household. Your daddy was there to provide her with the compensation to run it. Mm-hmm. Because you're not appreciated. Even on Father's Day, all the holidays are not geared to men at all. And let's just start at the beginning. Now, y'all can thank me for Martin Luther King because we're on the same birthday. So every time y'all celebrate that day, you can think of me. Just don't. Me and Frederick Douglass, you can think of both of us. I don't mind. No autographs, no accolades, just appreciate. But also know that since my birthday is in the first month, if you don't do nothing for me, I can talk smack to the rest of y'all all year. Not doing nothing, not a thing. So if you show up to my birthday, you show up to my birthday party, I show up to yours. That means if 50 people come, I got 50 people birthdays I gotta go to. Mm-hmm. Right. So then we go to the next month. Next month is Valentine's Day. That's for women. March, St. Patrick's Day, that's for us so we can get drunk over all the money we spent on Valentine's Day. April comes and now it's Easter. Well, that's a family thing, but really not. Then you got Mother's Day, and in my case, I have Mother's Day and my mom's birthday in the same month. So that month is always dedicated to her. Mm-hmm. Then here comes June. Nothing happens that month. Let's just skip over to June. Oh, wait. Let's go back to June. Juneteenth now, federal holiday. And let's skip over the rest of the things that happen in that month because they never existed in the first place. And go to 4th of July. Now, the only reprieve but that everybody gets is August. Nothing is planned for that. So my suggestion to you, men, fathers, brothers, grandfathers, do all what you want to do in August because that's really the only month that you're going to have some time to do something. You might go on vacation with your family, but find some day out of that month of August to find some peace in your life because that's the only time you're going to get it. Don't count on it on Father's Day. They always want to do something for you that you didn't want. They always want to buy you some tools. And let me tell you why they buy you tools. So you can fix stuff around the house.
Get back on that list. Get back on that task list.
Me personally, I only go into Home Depot because I need to get something for something I got to do. I'm not walking in there on Father's Day talking about, I am here. Let me pick the most important gift I will ever buy out of here, which is a pack of gum. Because I ain't taking nothing out that looks like when I come home. Oh, you know what? I was just thinking, I have 4 or 5 things on this 175,000 list sheet for you to do. Now, my fiance, bless her heart, she doesn't know the meaning of relaxing at all. All her life as an athlete, she was trained to be routine. Wake up at 6, run the stairs, go over here, take a water break, go over here, eat an egg and a piece of celery, go over here, do this. And she still does that to this day.
Wow.
Now, there's times on Sunday, you know me, I'm doing stuff for the community all week. I want to just lay in the bed and sleep. Now, mind you, she's a teacher, so she's off for the whole summer. You would think that she would want to sleep in for a few minutes. But I send her these reels on what she does. So I'm asleep. This is a reel. And I didn't think nobody felt how I felt about this. I'm asleep on my side of the bed. Here's me This is the edge of the bed, right?
Oh yeah, I know where you're going.
Here's me. I'm at the edge of the bed. She's right here. As soon as my eyes flutter, hey, I was wondering. I said, I'm glad you're awake. Can we go over to Costco and then can we do a mile hike and then can we do this? And I'm going. I told her there's a rule in the morning when I wake up. I do not talk at all for at least a half an hour.
I experienced that. Remember that day I called you and I was your first phone call? Like, you all right, dude? Like, you all right, man?
Because there's a certain time, by the time I wake up, I need 45 minutes. I haven't had my coffee.
Yeah. I
need something to wet my whistle before. And I don't like drinking coffee after I brush my teeth. I mean, that's the most backwards thing ever. I'll drink my coffee first. That's why I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah. You want to do that alone.
Because my breath got a rap song. Humady, humady, humady. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to counteract it with the coffee so that I can use the coffee as an excuse for why my breath stink. Then I'm going to go brush my teeth. I can't stand brushing my teeth and drinking juice. It tastes awful.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be like,
Yeah.
So I get it. If you got a family, you got to do that kind of stuff. Because, the first thing my kids used to do when they used to run in this room and I'll be asleep, right?
Yeah.
They be awake. They run in the room and they go, good morning, Dad. I go, good morning. He go, Dad, your breath stinks. I'm like, well, you the dude that came in here talking to me like you want me to talk.
Right. I was in my space. Dude, me and my breath. We was all in our space.
Closed off.
Right.
Closed off. Right. Waiting to release in the proper container called the bathroom.
Right.
Not in your face, son. I'm sorry. But if I blew your eyebrows off, that's your fault. Okay? Right. I'm not going to take blame for that. So getting back to the real topic. Thank you for breaking up the monotony. Because you know me, I would have driveled on talking about, is this the man who wrecked a buffet at the Altadena Club? So Tony's up in Sacramento giving him hell. I know she is. I can't wait to get the video. Tony is like that. You remember Ice Cube, the ninja you love to hate? Mm. He said he was the ninja you love to hate. That's Tony. Tony's the ninja you love to hate because she's going to speak her mind. She's going to give you fact over fiction. And she just a little spitfire.
And you know what? Honestly, man, what I really admire Tony, you guys too, but Tony, she's more vocal, but it's just from her heart. It's what is on her heart, on her mind. That's where she comes from. So, and like you were saying the other day, that's the authenticity of it, and where when you're just coming from the heart, it's easy to do. It's easy to do. It's natural for her to just speak from her heart. It's so obvious that's just who she is. And I'm so grateful for her to be able to have the opportunities to do so and represent Altadena and Sacramento or on Palm Street or anywhere in between. She stuck on 110th Street. she represents, and so I'm so greatly appreciative of that.
Well, the reason why it's so impressive is because she's so knowledgeable. I mean, when I first started this podcast, I was stealing everything off her page. Really not stealing it, more so.
You were borrowing. I
was sharing it to the point where it was so much, and she was so knowledgeable, and there was so much I didn't know that she knew, that I extended the offer and said, "Say, sister," and I'm gonna tell you a joke about that little statement I just said. Can you join our podcast? And she thought it was going to be like for one segment. After her segment, I said, "Can you be a permanent resident? Because we need this. I'm not as knowledgeable as you. I grew up in Altadena, and I don't know. In fact, I'm learning from her every
Oh yeah,
day.
all the time, man.
I
All the
mean,
time.
all the time. Like just the woman is like. I thought I was a brainiac. I thought I was a retainer of like an almanac. No,
Yeah.
she is the Altadena almanac,
Yes. Yes.
and she's going to
You
clown me
you
for
you
saying
cover
Altadena
everything.
like
Cody
that.
does it right. That's you. But both
Well,
y'all
what's that, about
really do it.
4.2% of the topics?
Right.
Oh yeah, that's me. Yeah,
Yeah.
same. I mean, let me give it to you from an old man's perspective. When they call me the young old man because I look like I could be old, but then there's a hint of youthfulness there, which I don't understand people paying attention to. But hey, just wanted to give a shout out to driver and a truck join, Drea Silva, council member Dot Wong. Hey, Dot. And Anka Sands. I hope I said that right. Anka Sands. So that's on Instagram. You know, we are broadcasting to 10 different platforms, 6 different Facebook pages, 3 of our personal and 3 business. And then we have LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. So we are trying to make sure that we give you all the information you need. Now, I was hoping, I came on later. You guys probably noticed I came on about 10:30. And that's because Tony's up in the Capitol, and I thought she probably would have popped on. And if she did, I was going to give her the floor because I know this is the moment you all been waiting for to see what's going on with SB 1090, which is, I believe, the ability to build multiple units on your property. I haven't been following them. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm not politics is not my thing. I'm just going to tell you right now. I'm apolitical. You know, I just care about my town. So anything that's got something to do with it, I'm for it. But don't ask me what things mean or say because I can't tell you. But I am always going to advocate for the people who do know and bring it to you in layman's terms. So you don't have to sit there. I don't know if you appreciate it. I got my new chair today. So now I'm comfortable. Now I can lay back and be like, okay, so today's weather report is brought to you by... No, I'm just playing. But thank you, Marcus, for jumping on because the first few minutes I like to really talk to the audience, let them know what's currently going on. I haven't been to our website lately, which I haven't been to it to look at it. I've been updating it every day, but I'm going to go here and take a look at and show you guys. See if I can add this over here.
I meant to tell you, my aunt, she had her, I don't know how to call it. Let's just say a going back home celebration.
Homegoing.
Homegoing sound like a funeral, right? Like,
yeah, but what are you talking about then?
The house. Her house was rebuilt.
Oh, so I don't know what they call it. I know when you have people come over and bring you stuff as a housewarming.
Yeah, but it wasn't a house.
Maybe she went to her house colding.
Let's call it a grand
house reentry,
grand reopening. Let's say that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find a term for that because there's gonna be a lot of that going around. So.
Yeah. So I went to that last Saturday. Very nice. The house is very nice, and she's very happy.
Turnkey ready, huh?
Yeah, grinning from ear to ear. So congratulations to my auntie, and she's the first in the family to finish the process. But I do have Uncle Short. He within the middle of the month. My understanding is the certificate of occupancy is the delay to get that final piece of paper. I think it's not the
there's not that many inspectors.
Yeah.
So that brings me to the point that I'm bringing this up right now. There's 97 homes completed. And last week I said there were 80.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yep.
So 1,824 are in construction, which was less than that last week. 3,040 permits have been issued, which last week were 2,500 or 26. We still got 2,300 homes that are either overgrown, haven't got their permits, haven't started. And so we're going to expect a lot more influx into our lot cleanup program. So I just wanted to show you guys these numbers. In fact, these aren't, let me fix these numbers because that was just including everybody. So 96 homes have been completed in Altadena, 1,764 are under construction, 2,930 have building permits issued. So we're actually up. 2,500 are still needing permitting. They need to submit their permits. They haven't submitted them yet.
Yeah, so they could be in the process, but just haven't gotten the design.
They haven't submitted anything.
Right.
So they need to do a survey and some other things to even find out where they can build, if they're going to build like for like with 5 feet around the perimeter. You know how the older houses only had 2 feet wide around the house. And I remember because every time I used to go behind the house, I could barely fit back in.
Right.
So imagine if somebody was in a wheelchair, they ain't not going back there at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I'm gonna take that off of there because that was, I don't know how hard it is to see it, but
it's not well, I'll say it was hard for me to see.
Yeah, it's we're gonna have to figure out our platform's gonna have to figure out a way to remedy that because I would like to show the stuff full screen instead of. In fact, you know what? Let me see something real quick. So if I was to add this, I'm not gonna do that because now I got something else up there. West Coast Butcher Blood, sir, you do great work. I would really suggest that you get with some of these builders up in here in Altadena because I would love to have an island that was like a Butcher Block. Man, as much as I cook, I could have a camera mounted on the edge of the Butcher Block with the clamp. I got ideas. I got a whole boom that I can put over it so you can look down angle, the side angle, and one looking at me tasting it. I'd be like, that's what everybody gonna be doing at the reception. Anyway, let me jump in here and do these announcements. I'm gonna try to pull it off like Jamal. I'm not gonna read them all though. We're already 28 minutes in, and just remember, if Tony pops in the middle of the announcements, we're gonna go cut right to her. Even though she probably ain't gonna want that, but that's the way I'm doing it. So anyway, as you can see at the bottom of the ticker, we are sponsored by Nature's Law Firm for our wellness events and the podcast. So if you have not gotten a lawyer, and surprisingly, there are a lot of people that do not have lawyers. That's why everyone's still doing events. So if you didn't have a lawyer, I think you better put it this way: 100% of nothing is what you got. With a lawyer, you might get 65% of something. 100% of nothing, 65% of something. Which one? I don't know. Anyway, contact the lawyer. If you're not going to contact Nathan's or Dina Fire Law, contact a lawyer. Help yourself so that, you will be able to take advantage of what's coming to you. Of course, I'm trying to do everything that Jamal does while I'm doing this, so you can see that I haven't even taken us out of the screen yet because this is not my normal job.
I said, let me make sure I mute myself.
No. You can stay unmuted because I'm gonna tell you we stay unmuted while we announce because sometimes there's some ad-libbing that needs to be done.
Okay.
And right now I'm ad-libbing myself upside the head for not getting this ticker off the bottom. Okay, thank you very much. All right, can you still hear me, Marcus?
I can hear you.
Okay, well, let's get started. This is where I make the screen go really huge because I can't read hardly any of this tiny type. So that's why I read it out loud so that you in the audience who can't see it either can at least hear what it says. Okay, so the Altadena Rebuild and Community Hub, ARCH, customers can also call our disaster recovery hotline at 1-800-250-7339 to speak with a representative. Beware of scams. If you receive a call regarding your electric use in a home inspection, this may be an attempt to gain unauthorized access. Contact SCE at 800-655-4555 or report it at sce.com/scam alert. Now, I don't know who would believe anyone going to someone's house saying that they're with SCE because number one, I'll be like, you got my money? Where my money at? You know, I can't be sitting in here trying to worry about if you're doing a scam. If you come to me, I'm scamming you, SCE. Scam you right into my settlement. Okay, I'm gonna get to some of these comments right quick because it came in while I wasn't looking. So Elaine said, "Don't be falling asleep on us. They're finishing, getting built, getting COCs found." Yep. And she said that again. And then she said, "Yes, don't do nothing when it comes to getting representation for the fires. Yeah, do something or else you'll be broke." Anyway, you can go to Eden Support. They have the SCE Altadena Rebuild and Community Hub, 2680 Fairfax Avenue, Altadena. They're there for you to talk about anything. Don't talk to anybody there without a lawyer. Just telling you. Anyway, let's move on to the next exciting adventure. LA County One-Stop Permit Center, 464 Safe Spot. 464 West Woodbury Road, Suite 210, Altadena, California. Walk-in hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. Last call for permits is 3 p.m. Rebuild consultation appointments available Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8:30 to 12:30. And Saturday, 8 to 12. Virtual SCE planner appointments on Monday and Wednesday, 8 a.m. And it looks like I got to fix something real quick because Jamal's stream got stopped. And I got to start that again. Please bear with me while I make that change. I love the fact that we can do that on the fly. Okay, let's go back to the I forgot to tell you how to get there. recovery.lacounty.gov/rebuilding/1-stop-permit-centers is the website. Or you can hit that QR code. And LA County Recovers welcomes you to schedule your free rebuilding consultation appointments. Schedule a free small group or one-on-one appointments to get expert advice and guidance for county unincorporated area residents on how to prepare plans for your rebuilding project, obtain entitlements and permits to begin construction, schedule inspections, obtain a certificate of occupancy to move in, get answers to rebuilding questions. And then, Marcus, this was exactly what you were talking about with the inspection stuff. And this is probably where they can go get answers. Altadena One-Stop Permit Center, located at 464 West Woodbury Road, Suite 210. And walk-in hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. Last call for permits is at 3 p.m. This looks like this was the same thing this was, but it wasn't. Okay, SBA, we're here to help. Need help with your SBA disaster loan? Already applied? Get one-on-one assistance to move your application forward. Now, before I even move forward with any of this part, I was on one of the groups today, and one of the major complaints from the SBA is that the builder is majority of the time fronting the cost for your materials. And then they have to wait for the SBA to give them more money by submitting what they've already spent so they can actually recoup what they're getting. So a lot of people have been complaining about this. What I would recommend is that when you do contact either the Altadena Assistance Center or the Pacific Palisades Assistance Center, is that you develop a rapport with the caseworker that you're going to work with so that you can keep dealing with that same caseworker. Hopefully you get a great one and they will keep you abreast of what's going on. Now, the Eden Fire Collaborative SBA disaster people are located at 540 West Woodbury. They're there Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Pally Hub is 15239 La Cruz Drive, Pacific Palisades, and they're 8:30 to 5 p.m. for their location. The application deadline has passed. These centers are primarily helping survivors who already applied, need help completing the paperwork, need assistance moving their application forward, and having questions. So we have been really announcing this for like almost a year. So hopefully you were able to take advantage of it and be already on the list so that you now can get help moving forward. Otherwise, it's been 18 months, and if you haven't moved forward or finding out anything, it's going to be a difficult road for you moving forward from this point. Just want to give you a heads up. Anyway, moving on to the next one. Fee waivers and refunds. LA County is waiving and refunding permit fees for homeowners rebuilding after the Eden Palisades fires. Homeowners who have already paid their fees will be refunded. Homeowners who have not yet paid their fees will have their fees waived. To qualify, an applicant must demonstrate that they both owned and lived on the property prior to January 7, 2025. And what projects are eligible? A replacement single-family home destroyed by the Eden or Palisades fires includes accessory structures, garages, ADUs, pools, etc. Standalone ADUs for temporary occupancy during rebuilding. Not eligible are commercial, rental, multifamily, or temporary housing projects, properties not damaged by the fires. And you can apply for a fee waiver or refund by scanning that QR code or visiting recovery.laccounty.gov/fee-waivers-and-refunds. So that right there is how you get that done. Now, I believe they're still offering 12 months of mortgage payments up to a maximum of $100,000 apply today. Funds are limited. Funds never have to be repaid, and it's free to apply. You may be eligible if your primary residence was destroyed or is uninhabitable due to a qualified disaster. From January 1st, 2023 to January 8th, 2025, own and occupy a home with up to 4 units on the property. And meet program income limits now at $281,400 per household. Prepare to apply. Get your mortgage statements together, bank statements, utility bill, homeowner insurance or FEMA claim, proof of income. And that you can apply at calassistmortgagefund.org. Help is at 800-501-0019, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And there's also in-person application help from 9 to 5 at the Neighborhood Housing Services One-Stop Building Center in LA, 1828 Saltel, Altadena Community Center, 730 East Altadena Drive for that. Take a pause real quick to drink something. Okay, now we're moving into the dated news that's coming up, deadlines. Good news for Los Angeles fire survivors, thanks to advocacy from Governor Newsom, the California congressional delegation, local leaders, and community partners. Thousands of families will have more time and stability as they rebuild their homes and their lives. The extension includes homeowners, financial housing assistance extended through July 9, 2027, renters, financial housing assistance extended through October 9, 2026. So FEMA has approved a critical extension of disaster assistance, ensuring survivors can continue to get continue getting the support they need to rebuild. And take advantage of that, because now your appeals, say you file an appeal today, they're not going to answer it until September. It takes about 2 months. I've done 7 appeals. I know how long it takes. Then that's the common time frame. Deadline to accept SBA disaster funds that already passed. So June 30th was the date. I think some of these are already passed, so I'm going to skip right by them and get back to, well, this one always is here. Altadena Cards and Coffee this Saturday, 8 a.m., 749 East Altadena Drive at the Bulgarini. You can see the Bulgarini trailer in the background with the old CVCC. I used to have one of those. I remember we all went to Maryland's in that bad boy. It was like six of us. That car could only fit 4 comfortably. We had 2 people hanging out the hatchback. It was good times. Rolled up and all the girls was like, look at y'all. I said, we here. That's all that matters. Now, if I take somebody home, none of y'all getting a ride back. I'll meet you at McDonald's parking lot, homeboy. Anyway, I believe this has already happened too. This one and this one and this one and this one. Remember, I am not the one that sets these up, so that's why I'm skipping past most of them. Jamal is the king of this. Anyway, this one's up to date. Pasadena Rosebud Academy Stand Up for Students comedy show fundraiser. Chris Spencer is hosting. We got Reg Thomas, Felicia Folks, Chase Anthony, Jesus Rio, and DJ Aisha Irene on the Wheels of Steel. That's Sunday, July 12th at 5:30 at the Alex Theater at 216 North Brand Boulevard, Glendale. Tickets on sale now. And I think that the week of, if it's not sold out, we're going to buy some tickets to give to some lucky Altadena residents. I'll probably have to have some kind of thing, like if you signed up and put a note in the wellness event coming up the week after that, I might bless you with a ticket. You know what I'm saying? You know, we always got a gimmick going. And let's not forget Altadena Talks Foundation, Neighbors Helping Neighbors Yard Cleanup. We started this on May 16th. And now it's July 1st. It's been going a month and a half. And I am proud to say that Tony gave me an update. And if I can go to my WhatsApp, which I should have had already open, Brian. Jeez, but I had to reboot my computer, and now it's talking about login. Come on, bro. Come on. You should automatically just do it for me, so I can't go there now. I'm going to wing it. So we have approximately 280 homes that have signed up. 84 have been completed, and we have over 130 registered volunteers. And this is all in a matter of a 6-week period. So Tony and her son have been going hard in the paint since the second week of, the first week of June. I was going to say the last 2 weeks of May, but I couldn't get it out. So if you still need to get your yard signed up, those are the 3 QR codes. Please go to our website and look under the initiatives. You can sign up there. I'm not going to read these off. I'll probably pop the links up during the podcast later today, but we've been announcing this for almost 2 months. So please let a neighbor know if they didn't have theirs done. And we're coming up on my pet project. This is the 3rd installment of the Altadena Community Wellness and Recovery Series. The link is live. I'm going to pop it up right now so that you will be able to go to it if I can find it. Normally I put this stuff up here at the top. There it is. So July 18th, we are going from 11 to 4. We normally would go to 11 to 6. If the party looks like it's jumping, I may extend it. We do have it till 6, but I feel that if it's an overcast day like today, then we probably could go to 6 because it won't be so hot. But if it's not, we're definitely going to have to stop it at 4. I don't want anybody getting heat stroke or death stroke or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have free smoothies, raffle prizes, gas cards, live entertainment by Geometry. We're going to have 3 panels, a legal panel, a builder's panel, and a wellness panel. When you sign up, please make sure that if you're going to want to see the wellness panel, that you sign up. If we don't have enough numbers signing up, we may not have it. So think about that. I would love for you guys to talk to somebody who's well-renowned in her field that's offering to give you some free advice while she's on location. So please take advantage. If you are a vendor and you would like to participate, it is $125 per event, $300 for the next 3 events. So that's today, July 18th, August 15th, and September 18th, 19th. And we may end up going October, November, December, and into January. We're not quite sure yet, but stay tuned. So we will keep you well abreast of all of that. Good morning, Brandon. That's Good Eating 626. One of my people that always is out there giving back to the community. Appreciate you joining in. Cherie Moore, I see you always a regular every day. Thank you very much. And if you would like to become a vendor, I am not putting the link out there anymore. You can go to our website and click on that, and or send me an email, and I will send you the link directly because I want to focus on the attendees. Here's the link. This is being sponsored by Natrix Law Firm and Dina Fire Law and the Fraternal Order of Eagles. And I believe that's the end. Look at that. I'm so sad. It's the end. I'm sorry. We're back. We're back after the end of the. It's like always reminds me of a Boyz II Men song. The end of the announcements, but I can't. No, I'm just playing. Let me get us back to our regular format. There's the link to sign up for the wellness event. It is July 1st. Please, people, be safe. Fireworks are not allowed in Altadena, especially at this crucial time of fire season and it's hot. Please be courteous and cognizant of your surroundings. In fact, Pasadena doesn't even allow fireworks. In fact, it's so whack now that for the first time, Rose Bowl had a drone fireworks show.
Yeah, last year, but I think they had to do that, man. Like that was the sensible and respectful thing to do after the fires. Like
I think they should have took a poll. I went and saw Earth, Wind and Fire at the Hollywood Bowl, and they had real fireworks. Yeah, and I was happy.
No, but I understand the Pasadena and Rose Bowl position where they didn't want to be insensitive and stuff, you know.
Well, are we still being insensitive? It's like 18 months now. I mean, I'm a victim, and I'm over it. Let's move on to the focus on the good stuff, like homes being built, people moving back in. My favorite families hurry up and get their house built so I can go back and get the wet dressing over here.
Get your food.
Exactly. You know, don't deprive me of my traditions. 2020. Look, let me tell you something. They deprived me of my 35-year reunion in 2020. We didn't even have a turkey tussle. And then we had the bunny tussle in April. Come on, man. Football season from January to April, that's corny. But, hey, we had to do it. We had to get the morale of the students up. I'd be pissed if I couldn't play football my senior year.
Man.
Then here comes 2025. Oh, yeah, our 40-year reunion coming up. I can't wait to see my classmates. Woo, we about to start a nonprofit. Disaster.
Yeah.
Not only that, a lot of my friends I went to 5 funerals in 4 months that year. And it was surreal. But I'm glad that we have persevered. The show has lasted. I've been talking so much. I'm missing comments over here. So Brandon said that they've been moving away from the fireworks show, and the year before the fire was a soccer game. Oh, the year before the fire was a soccer game. Then the fire just helps them obtain the agenda they were already on. Well, you're right about that. And we were talking about that yesterday, Brandon, in regards to the turkey tussle tradition, which this, and it pisses me off because when you become mayor, assembly person, city council, you should learn about traditions that city in which you claim you're representing are holding dear. You know, turkey tussles is going to be the 79th one coming up, or 80, one of the two. Like, it's older than my dad is 82. So that's almost as old as my dad. How am I supposed to come here and say, oh, no, you know, we got to get rid of all these old traditions? I don't believe in that. What I do believe in is a alumni from the class of 1975 wore his Pasadena Bulldogs jacket up to the council meeting and stood up for keeping that tradition going. Because let me tell you, when you come down to, what is it called? The game. The parking lot is jumping. It's popping. Now, I buy 4 tickets every year. I don't even go into the game because I love being at the tailgate. I usually donate those to somebody so that they can go, you know, especially students who can't afford to buy tickets and stuff like that. But we always have a competition, friendly competition now between Muir and PHS, who can buy the most tickets, even if you are out of state, even if you don't live here and you went to these 2 schools, buy a ticket. What is $15 you're going to get, man, because you got to skip 2 iced lattes? You know, you can't get your McDonald's fixed that morning for 2 mornings. Skip 2 mornings of McDonald's. That's the price of a ticket for 2 tickets, actually. Because McDonald's is about $14 for a meal. So skip 2 McDonald's, you're good. For you weed smokers, buy the half ounce, not the whole ounce. It's legal. You can have a whole ounce in your car, legal. So, and the thing is, Brandon, we always cover the money. That's why they always threaten to cancel it every year. We always cover it. We make enough money on those tickets to pay the staff and the lights to be turned on for those 3 hours. Wow. They're complaining about 3 hours out of 365 days. How many hours is in a year? Like 6,120. I'm just guessing off the top of my head. 6,120. You're complaining about 3 hours or 4? Killing me, man. You're killing me, Smalls. All these people that think that they know our town, they don't. We've been doing this. And Dustin, I know, I hear you, Dustin. Dustin said, it's never, I got to look around the corner. It's never about tradition when the tradition is steeped in blackness. Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you right now, Pasadena Altadena has put out just as many professional athletes as any school in LA and Orange County. As any school district, let's just put it that way. So we got people we can name. We know them. It ain't like we what do you call that? Starstruck. We've been knowing you since you've been a snotty-nosed kid, Derek Holmes. Now, I can say that because I've known him since he was like 5 years old. But I'm just saying, these are regular people to us. Like right now, Caleb Blaylock, that's my homegirl's sister's son. My homeboy, Cleo Bates, that's his sister's son. You know, these are common people we've seen growing up to us. They're superstars, everybody else, but we continue as a city to put out product that's being participating in NFL, NBA, baseball, whatever you want to talk about. You know, we got Jacques Vaughn is now a coach somewhere. Come on now. Stop playing with me. You know, we got things going. You know, we got the Pasadena Sports Hall of Fame run by my boy Lawrence Todd. Lawrence. He's professional now. We can't just be calling him Little Larry. It's now up. And it looks like we got some breaking news. Let me go ahead and put her on the spotlight.
Let me try to put my headphones on so I can hear you all.
Let's look at it. Y'all got her blazer on. Representing Altadena.
Give me a second.
Like I'm talking while you ain't saying nothing. So that way we can keep the.
I called you B, and then I realized you guys were both live, and then the Breslin was on. Hold on.
Oh, you know, I threw up the hat, Tony.
If I could get my Bluetooth going. Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, Tony, can you hear us?
Oh, shoot. I can't hear anything.
You got to switch your thing over. It's not all the way connected.
Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't hear you. Dang.
Go ahead. You have the floor.
Oh, hold on. Bluetooth headset. That's what I got to put it.
That's what I was trying to tell you. Next time I was going Bluetooth.
Now I hear you. Perfect.
So I was telling Marcus, I said, you remember the Mississippi Biloxi thing when they pulled up and he threw the hat up in the air as the bat signal so that everybody had the boat. So I threw the hat up and Marcus came on. I said, I threw the bat signal. All right, so go ahead, girl. What's going on with them SBs?
So we went to the Senate hearing and it passed 10-0 for SB 1090. Okay. So our next, I can't hear. Who? Can you turn that music down? All I hear is music. Can you turn the music down?
You gotta let me. You gotta let me get there. You gotta let me get there.
No, I didn't know if you heard me. So it passed in the Senate, and we are going to the assembly at 1:30. So we have a little break. I'm just gonna eat. I'm parched. I need some water bad. But we go at 1:30. But I'm gonna be doing a whole show tomorrow on Nova Cottages. And we are going to be talking about how Caroline had the audacity to show her arse up today in opposition of SB 1090 because she's a developer that wants to build them stupid little cottages. They cost $200,000. So tomorrow, I'm going to talk about it bad, and we're going to take her stuff off our website, and we are never going to support her or them again.
Wow, man, that was a turn of
a major turn.
What? So what happened, Tony?
So, okay, in the Senate hearing, what happens is Senator Sasha Renee Perez, Darlene Green, and Supervisor Barker were all up here. We were all on the same flight together, except the senator. But all of us, Nick, a bunch of us were on the same flight at 7 this morning out of Burbank. So Senator Perez will say, I'm the author of this bill, co-sponsored by John Harabedian, who's the assemblyman, and we'll go in the assembly at 1:30. But they talk about she reads the whole bill and says, this is the issues with SB 9 and SB 1123. Not that they're bad bills, because it will help with housing density and our state needs more state, right? None of us are saying they were horrible. We voted them in, we, did all that years ago, right? Nobody is negating that. But in light of this disaster, communities like Altadena and others have not been given exemptions. However, the governor did an executive order and gave Cali and Malibu exemptions, because that's where it's more white people and money, right? I mean, that's just straight up what it is. So it's not equitable, and we want to have some type of an exemption. And when they went to the governor's office said, they encouraged them to do a bill instead, right? So they talked about all that. They asked some questions. Catherine Barker spoke about why she thought we need this and how, right after the fire, she said, what we'll do is she's changed some things and said this is exempt, this is exempt, you know, to make permitting faster and stuff like that. And then made it where people can put ADUs on their lots, build those, move into them, or put a little, you know, tiny house, whatever, a boxable, live in that while they're trying to figure out their financing. So they're not having to go rent and have a mortgage and rent or whatever, right? For a lot of people. So they talked about that. And what did they do? And then they went around and they asked several questions, and a few of them said, "I'm in support, but I do have some questions. Like we need to hammer this out, and we need to hammer, you know, this out, like the urgency clause, because if they vote and the Senate votes and it goes through, then they ratify it or whatever, right? And goes to the governor's desk to be signed into law, but they don't have the urgency clause, then it won't go into effect until January 2027. We need this to go into effect now because the 49 applications that builders had already put in to split lots, oh, she just ran by, to split lots are, they canceled them all. So the thing is, okay, they're canceled now. They can go back to them between now and January if this doesn't go retro, and if we don't put the urgency clause and the governor doesn't sign it immediately, right? And all the county could do is keep saying no and canceling them because we're not an urban infill area. In order for SB 23 to truly be enacted and legal, we have to be an urban infill, which means 75% of the town has to already be built back to be considered urban infill. So we're not there. We're not nowhere near that. So they can continue to kind of cancel them, but you know, we'll see what happens. So anyway, we're here and we all get up, you know, afterwards they say, okay, who is, after they ask all the questions, they say, who's in support of this? And we all lined up and you tell your name. You can't like, you know, try to argue anything. You just say your name, who you're with or affiliated with, and if you're in support. So I said, hi, my name is Antoinette Rains, 58-year Altadenian. I'm in support. I'm here today in support of SB 1090. All of a sudden, all this emotion ran over me and I started crying. I could barely get that out. And then I was trying to say, please don't tear our community apart any further than it has been. And I'm in tears, right? I'm like, oh my God. And so I got it out, walked away, and everybody, Shauna Beard, Nick, everybody's hugging me like, oh my God, you did so good. I didn't know the emotions were going to flood like that, but they did, right? And so I guess in a way, that's a good thing, right? Because then the community sees like, these are really good people. There's probably 15 or so of us in that line, at least. And everybody said, I'm so-and-so, blah, 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 blah. And then they say, is there anybody in opposition? And they let them come up to the table on the inside next to where the senator. And it's this one dude, this bald head fat joker. He was like, oh, I'm from LA, but I have plenty of friends and family, both affected by Palisades and the Eaton fire that lived in both areas. Da, da, da. But he's a builder. And so his thing is like, I'm in opposition because, you know, this could really help people to, this could really help people to be able to afford to rebuild if they split their lots. But again, you're not addressing the fact that these developers are coming in. Darlene is holding off this 180-year-old. I think she's 79. And the developer recently told her, I'll give you 9,000 for your lot, and she was going to sell it. Darlene was like, don't you dare. I was like, hell,
9,000.
right. I said, hell, if she want 9,000, I'll give her 15 today, you know, but I wouldn't do that to an old black lady in our community. 9 racks, that's it.
She still thinks her property is valued at the day she bought it.
Exactly. And so Darlene has been saying no, 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 and hold off. And Darlene asked to speak to her daughter who doesn't live out here or whatever, like, don't let your mama do this, you know? And so I want to put her in touch with Legacy Land Project maybe and see if like they can help her or something. But don't sell nobody that for 9,000 when that lot's probably, depending on where it is worth at least 900, you know?
Or more.
Right, or more. That I said at least 900, right? So anyway, this dude and Caroline come up together, and then she goes, "Yeah, I remember she said last week, been here since October of '94. I'm sorry, of '24." And she was like, but I founded a company, da, da, da. And so what's missing, I was welcomed into the community, and, what's missing now is all the neighbors, and I want to help them come home. So I want to bring in bungalow cottages, bungalow court. That's what she said. You don't have bungalows, Heffa. You got tiny houses. Them cottages ain't even a cottage. And they're $200,000. So watch tomorrow. I'm going to tear her up. And I'm gonna nitpick it. We could bring that show back up or get clips of it or whatever, and I would be like, "Don't go with Nova, because for $200,000, you could build a whole 1,200 square foot ADU for real from the ground up. That's so ridiculous." And so I'm not happy with that, because you just moved into our community, you are building these cottages and trying to make money, and now all of a sudden, instead of saying yes, and we need people to be able to come back and yada yada yada, you go opposed to 1090, to SB 1090, which is a temporary moratorium on developers being able to come in and just buy properties and put a bunch of ADUs or split it and put a whole bunch of up to 10 units per, split and all this kind of stuff.
Let me tell you the product of having a whole bunch of people in a close quarters.
Crazy.
I lived in Hawthorne for 2 years. I lived in a house. Mm-hmm. It was surrounded by apartments. My house got broken into on the regular because people in the apartments would just be spying on me to see my pattern of when I leave.
Yep. Exactly.
So it got to the point I don't want to live in that kind of community anymore. So Altadena, I moved back.
Right.
Because
not only that, not only the crime and stuff, but the parking alone on the streets on the east side, on the west side of Lake. I will say this: on the west side of Lake, y'all streets are narrow.
Oh yeah.
Like if you go on any of them streets, you park on this side and this side, you could get one car through at a time. That's it. On our Wapello, it's wide open. You could be parked on both sides and still get two cars past, and like it's nobody's business.
But not on my street. On Ewing, that street, if you park cars on both sides, there's one car come up and now you got to wait.
Exactly.
So, and if we didn't have a long driveway, we would suffer the parking situation because they're going to park in the driveway.
Right. And the thing is, you're talking about there are already places that people have these builders have gotten permits to do things, and you're talking about this a dead end little street, and it's a narrow street, and so now you want to put 10 units, which means there's going to be at least one car, maybe two. It might have 3 bedrooms, which means it might be 4 people in there, and what if everybody got their own car? That's 4 more people at least, and 4 additional cars. Where's parking going to be? Where are they going to park at?
And that's one apartment.
That's what I'm saying. At one, yeah, and the lot splits is up to 10, and so 10 units, and I'm just like, you got the audacity to come in here, little girl, because you want to make money and hawk your stupid little cottages, which are tiny houses, which look cheap anyway, and I wasn't going to even say nothing else about it, but I'm gonna tell the real on it tomorrow. Just like she said, oh, it takes 9 screws that go in the ground. Well, why? I'm going around it, and y'all got 13 anchoring this one in. Remember I did that, Brian? And I said, why do you have 13, but you're telling people it's 9? If 13 is what y'all have, is 13 going to be the standard, and people don't have to pay more? Oh, well, yeah, we could do that. So, see, she's trying to promote that product. I'm finna tear it down. We are not supporting Nova Cottages. We're going to take that whole thing that we had up on the website last week off altogether, off of the YouTube, so people can't go there and search for it and find their information. And I'm going to tell people, avoid them like the plague. She literally opposed SB 1090, and she's still here, which means she's going to go into the Senate hearing and do the same thing at 1:30. So
you'll be giving a recap at 1:30?
1:30, my flight leaves at 5, so we go into the thing at 1:30. We'll probably be there till 2:30, and no later than 3:30. I'm gonna take the Uber back to the airport, so I'll be there at 4 because the plane leaves at 5. And so
do a video commentary on the way to the airport
or something
while it's fresh in your mind.
Yeah, of that, and hopefully it passes as well, because then the little things that the nuances that they need to like insert that urgency language, and this housing committee in the Senate, I mean in the where were we? Yeah, they were in the Senate, just said that they're inclined to do that, because what almost everyone that spoke said was they want to defer back to Sasha because she is the senator for our community, and she knows our community better than any of them can. So they
Hmm.
thanked her for bringing the bill, and it was clear and concise. And one thing I'm gonna tell you, this one white dude said, I forget his last name, not Schultz, another one, but he's a Republican. And he said, we keep having these kind of issues. And I think what needs to happen in the future is we need to look at having a broader bill that kind of encompasses all of these, but is a disaster recovery bill for the whole state. Because you got Paradise, you got Santa Rosa, you got
Hmm.
Altadena, Palisades, Malibu, all of these fires. And we're a fire prone and earthquake prone state, right? So it just makes sense to have a bill that would encompass the whole state that says, okay, we have all these housing laws, right, for whether it's density or whatever. However, in the event of a natural disaster that is bad, right, and people are displaced and they lose everything they've ever had and all of this, local governments, counties, cities, whatever, have the authority, instead of having to try to put a bill through or get a executive order from the governor, they have the local authority to say, we're exempting this area that was taken out by this fire from that law or whatever. And everybody agreed with him, and I agree with him. I don't care if you're Republican or not. If it's going to be best for everyone, because we're still figuring stuff out. We're
Hmm.
literally still trying to figure every day, oh, well, what about this? Like, I just got an email about 20 minutes ago from Omar, the guy from the county that I'm working with, because I've been talking to Catherine since she walked into the airport. I was there before her, and was like, hey, Catherine. And she came and sat and talked to me. Then Anish is here. He's been talking to me. And so our dashboard will go live. I have a meeting tomorrow with John and Steph from All Together. Super dope, you guys. But our dashboard will be going live probably by Friday. And then we're going to give them the link that they can view it at any time. They'll have access to view it as well. But the dashboard shows how many houses we have on the list and how many we've cleared. And so I was talking to Anish and Catherine about it. And now Omar, because I know they probably called him from up here, because they know we've got like 80, 83, lots clear. Oh, and I saw Jose from Indolon, because he's like, Tony, we want to get back together and help. I'm like, yeah, okay, because you tried to play with me before. So if you really gonna send people out and help, we could talk. He was like, no, no, let's talk next week. I was like, all right, cool, because they're doing, it's a landscaping bill on the table that they're here for and something else. But Omar emailed me saying, hey, Tony, the supervisor and some of her people would like to come out and actually see the work that you and your team are doing. So I had gotten some other emails earlier from All Together, and a couple of block captains want to do stuff the 10th, 11th, and 12th. And that's a Sunday. I'm not going to ever be available to do yard work on a Sunday. My son will be out of town. So unless somebody else, Brian, if I have the truck and you want to meet people and let them do it or whatever, or Marcus, you guys can do that. Y'all could take the truck and do that.
What's that?
But
The
I need,
12th?
yeah, it's a Sunday on the 12th. So, but right now for sure, the 10th and 11th, I think it's Punahou. I always call it Panahu. These people calling it Punahou or whatever throws me off. Panahu. Panahu. On I think the 11th. Somebody wants to do the 10th, and somebody maybe it's Beverly Way on the 10th or whatever. But next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and so I'm gonna tell them, hey, we're doing lots that weekend, and we're doing it with the block captain. So they want to actually see, because I said we're looking for funding. We're looking for. I told what is her name? I think it's Melanie. She's from the Santa Clarita office for Captain Barger, and she's up here. So we were talking in the airport. I said, look, I need a box truck. I said, and I told Omar, don't the county have a box truck they want to get rid of? They could donate it, because it's sitting in the
Yep.
yard somewhere not being used. They could donate it to our foundation to use specifically for this. And then I told Anish, I told Omar that the county ought to somehow mandate or suggest to the courts, especially the Pasadena courthouse, that people that need to do community service should be coming serving in Altadena to help with this vegetation mitigation through Altadena Talks, and we'll sign off their hours. And so Omar was like, oh, a couple weeks ago on the phone, he didn't think about that. So on the meeting, so when I told Anish, she was like, oh, Tony, that's a good idea. I was like, yeah, y'all can make that happen. So, so yeah, they want to see what we're doing and they're listening to some of the suggestions. And, I told Anish, I said, and I need funding. So we can get this done. He said, okay, let's see what we can do to really help. Because they're getting a million calls still. Like, and Public Works is getting service ticket calls requesting their lots be done. And they keep telling people, the county is like, we don't have the bandwidth. We don't have the bandwidth. Well, then y'all better give me some money and some resources so that what we're already doing, we can expand and scale. And that's what Anish said today. We got to figure out how to scale your program, Tony. And I was like, all right, well, let's talk about it. So hopefully next weekend, at least the 10th and 11th, maybe they can come out on one of those days and literally see exactly what we're doing, the equipment we have, what we purchased, the box truck, if I got to rent one for next weekend or whatever, and give us the resources we need, or at least collaborate with us on something. So that's my report from politicking,
Well,
lobbying up here.
thank you, Tony. Me and Brian were talking about, you're so knowledgeable, and you're so you represent Altadena, the OG Altadena, very well, and
Okay.
greatly appreciate. And I was just telling Brian that you can just tell that you just speak from your heart when it comes
Oh, for sure.
regards to Altadena and the concerns and everything, and so doing so
Got to.
is just so genuine. So we greatly appreciate
For
you
sure.
going up there and
Always.
representing. It's awesome. You're awesome, and thank you so much.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
welcome. And then, I want to just tell y'all
Tony.
this. Later today, look on that Altadena, Beautiful Altadena Facebook page because Shauna just said, Tony, let's take a picture together. I was like, for what? She said, I want to post it. I said, girl, people going to be like, what the hell? And she said, that's what I told her.
That's why she
said,
want to do it.
Exactly. She said, no, we have to be united. Like, we're a family in Altadena.
Well, then stop saying nonsense.
Wait. I told her, I said, but you be with the foolishness and ish you don't know about. And every time you do it, I'm coming for you and I'm checking you and I'm going to correct you every time. So she said, I know, but even with that, we're still family and we could have our family disagreements like on there or whatever. But when we're out in public lobbying, we got to be together and we got to be united. I said, you're right, because it's about one Altadena. So she said
no
something
faking
to
the
me.
phone.
Right, but then she said, when we're leaving, she said something about this bill. She said, oh, especially, for your people. I said, what you mean, my people?
Whoa.
Wait, hold up. I said, what you mean, my people? Because y'all know I'm not playing with her ever, right? So I said, what you mean? I said, no, not my people. And she said, oh, yeah, you're on the east side. And I said, wait. I said, it don't matter where, Shauna. There you go with that bull again. It's all Altadena.
Yeah.
And she said, you're right. I shouldn't even said that. I shouldn't. Because see, they're trying to do that black cultural district between here. And that's when they can say that bull crap. So I thought, no, because y'all know I'm coming for her a double scribble every single time.
You should have told her. You should have told her east side of Fair Oaks.
Hello, exactly. Because she live on the east side of Fair Oaks. So, because she always trying to say, well, Tony, I know you think I'm wrong, but I'm not. Yes, you are. Shut up. And I told her today, I said, shut up, Shauna. I said, Fair Oaks is where it's at. West side, look at the addresses. East side, that's East Altadena.
Still the argument. Jeez, it's a beating a dead horse.
The foolishness. Exactly. Because you don't know. She said, and I've actually now been here 16 years. I said, I know. I said, I keep saying.
And you still don't know where East is?
Don't know nothing. Right. So shut up. And I'm always tell her, shut up. Like, girl, please, if you don't stop. But I told her immediately, I said, what you mean, my people? I said, because I know you're not talking about. She said, oh, no, Tony, I'm sorry. I meant, don't play with me. And so, yes, y'all will see a picture of us together later.
I told Marcus today that you're the little political spitfire.
Because I ain't playing. I told Catherine, I said, so people keep saying I should run for your seat. Because she's termed out, right? She said, ooh, don't do it. and I said, I don't think I am. She said, well, I would say this.
Like the Obamas.
She said, and then she said, I'll say this, Tony. don't do it next year. She said, because this seat is only going to be around for another 4 years. Because, after that, we're redistricting. I said, yes, they're going to break it up into 9 districts. Because her district is the largest, District 5. It extends all the way up to
And it's a
Turner
lot
County.
of work.
It's a lot of work. And so it needs to be broken up. And so it's going to be like Western San Gabriel Valley, Eastern San Gabriel Valley will be 2 separate districts, stuff like that. So instead of it just being District 5, there's supposed to be 9 districts instead of 5 in the future. And so she said, if you want to run, I would say wait and run after this next term of 4 years. And then I was like, hell, I'll be 64 then. I ain't running for nothing. And I'm not running for nothing now. And so I said,
You gonna be Diane Jr.?
I promise you I'm not.
Did
That's what
did Catherine
that's what she said.
did Catherine mention when she's coming on the show?
No, but they're gonna come. Look, when they come out, they're gonna be on the show because Brian gonna be out there with the camera, and we're gonna be live on their ass. Excuse me, I'm trying not to cuss. Either on the 10th or the 11th, they're gonna come out, and that's when we're gonna be live, and we're gonna ask her whatever. Like, well, okay, now that you all are here, you see what we're doing. Are you gonna consider, funding, giving resources? We need a boxer. We need funds. We need more equipment. We need, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna hold her to the fire then. So that weekend, when they tell me they're gonna come, hopefully it'll be next weekend. Marcus, that's when you and Jay come back out. We need everybody in droves, and especially us, because I want them to see that we're doing it, because we are the ones that's been doing it all along. So I got a plan. I got some strategy. I got some strategy.
We know you do.
But yeah, so yeah, y'all will see that later on that beautiful Altadena. Me and Shauna in the picture. I was like, girl. I said, you gonna have people calling and texting me like, Tony, what the hell? And I said, I'm gonna tell them, because this was the conversation. And I said, you're right. We have to be united. I said, but all the wrong stuff, you and these other younger ones that want to act like they know everything and don't know ish, I'm always come for you and check you. And I said, whether it's on there or not. And she said, I know, we just got to be respectful. I said, I ain't being disrespectful. You the one, like a Karen yesterday, talk about, well, no need for attack. She said, but I did modify my post. I said, yeah, because you saw I wasn't going to let up. And she was like, I know. So, and she introduced me to this other girl. She said, this is Tony Talks. Because that's what everybody thinks my name is. I know.
Last name Talks.
Right.
You got so many last names, Tony.
Right. So it's another connection. But I am always going to ride hard for Altadena, no matter what. And like y'all said, OG Altadena. Because, yes, it's great that y'all live here. But like I say, welcome to the community. Y'all brand new. I don't care if you've been here 30 years. That's brand new. Compared to us that's been here 50, 60, 70, 80 years. Our parents, Miss Nelson, been here, 70 or 80 years, Brian? She 199,
63.
Okay, so 63. So she got here a few years before. But either way, there are some people. That lady just.
She's been in that same house for 63 years, though.
Exactly.
The whole family grew up there.
So y'all that been here 20, 30, 35 years that act like, and 15 or 16 years that act like you gonna come and tell us what you gonna do in our community or what we're supposed to do and battle y'all. Y'all ain't forever gonna have a fight out of this one right here on that. And I'm gonna be in your face, whether it's on social media or whatever else. And she knows that. So, because even her boyfriend came give me a hug today, like, oh, Tony, you did so good, and da-da-da. I said, I didn't expect you emotional. And they were like, no, that was actually good. I was like, no, but it was actually real. Because you know how it comes in the waves. You start thinking about stuff, and it's gone, and it just hits you. And I could barely get it out. And then the mic was way up here. I had to bend it and be on my tippy toes. And people were laughing. I said, sorry, y'all. I got to be on my tippy toes.
You got to start bringing your own soapbox.
Right.
A little steps to one. But yeah, so that's what it is. And then I got to find Darlene Green. I think they're in a landscape meeting. Nick was saying he was going to that hearing about landscaping. And then we're supposed to eat. But there's a restaurant in the basement here. I'm gonna go see what that's about. If it's an actual restaurant, I might eat here. If it's a cafeteria, I eat, because there's another one right across the street. I'll go there, get something, and just sit and chill for the next hour, and then be back over here at 1, because they start filming. I think they open the doors at 1, and the hearing starts at 1:30. So, excuse me, at 1:30. Y'all have been up since 3:30. Actually, I didn't sleep. Anytime I'm getting ready to go out of town, even though I set my alarm, I wake up. It seems like hour on hour.
I didn't sleep last night either.
And make sure I'm not oversleeping.
fell asleep about 4:30 this morning. I'm like, oh my God, it's almost time to get up.
And at 4:30, I was making my breakfast, and I was like, "Ooh, I got 15 minutes. I gotta get out of here." But I left at 5, and I rode. I got to Burbank at 5:45 from my house, but I was in the carpool lane the whole time. So
Mhm.
except where you gotta, except
You
where
all,
it turns.
you on tape. You're on tape.
I don't care.
You don't
I
want
don't
to
care.
incriminate yourself.
Hey, it is what it is. I'm always in there joking. And at 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, I was like, "Oh, I'm getting in it today." And I have an EV. EVs can get in the carpool lanes if you have the sticker. So, anywho, yeah. So that's what it is. I'm a little bit tired. I'll probably sleep on the plane. I leave at 5, and then I know Catherine and some of them are going back at 5 o'clock too. Others said they're doing 6 o'clock or 7, get home at 8 o'clock. I was like, I'm gonna be back in Burbank at 6:20. But that's what's going on. I will definitely do something and send it in the WhatsApp, I guess, after the 1:30 hearing. We might be in there 30 minutes, an hour. We don't know because we did our press conference and we were supposed to start at 9. We didn't start till I don't know 9:20. And after the press conference, then we had to come across the street to this other building, which is this rotunda looking building. See how nice it is here, where the state capitol is, and come to the hearing here. And so I think I gotta look and see the schedule if we're back here or we're back at that one. Either one is it will be in one of the two buildings, and that next hearing starts at 1:30. So it could be an hour because they do like 4, and so we were the third one out of the 4, and so we got there literally 5-10 minutes max before our thing came up after leaving from the press conference. So we'll go and have some lunch and then come back to this other hearing and hope and pray that the assembly, which is where Assemblyman John Harbedian is, um, passes it as well. So
Well,
I'll
thanks
let
so
y'all know
much
for
for all
sure.
you're doing, Tony. Appreciate it, and the
Oh
update. This is
man, we got to.
awesome. I was just thinking that my daughters went to the Capitol on a field trip with. You okay?
Oh, my knee is. I think this meniscus is messed up, and the VA had me do 2 weeks ago a X-ray. So the X-ray came back showing no broken
We
bones,
can
but some other
barely
stuff.
hear you. It sounds like a whole bunch of people just came out.
They did out the elevators. No, I said my knee. I stretched it. It was bent, so I stretched it. But
Mm.
I think I had a torn meniscus or something. And 2 weeks ago, I went and got my X-ray at the VA because it makes you do the X-ray first. It's no broken bones, but they did say there's something happening in the knee. It could be this meniscus or whatever. And I'm like,
Mm.
that's what I told y'all. So now I go on the 10th to my regular physician, and then we'll go and I'm gonna tell her send me to the MRI, which I asked for first, but they make you do the X-ray first. So I'll have the MRI. So I have a knee brace on and I wrap it with kinesiology tape. But if I sit with it bent or whatever too long and I just stretched it out, that's why you
Hmm.
saw me going
Okay.
because it
Yeah.
hurts. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it was hurting. So
Yeah.
anyway, I'm sorry, Brian. You were saying something else.
No, I was saying that my daughter
Oh yeah.
went to the did a field trip to the
Mhm.
Capitol in fourth grade with
Y'all, I'm finna
Rosebud.
turn this camera around. Hold on. Hey, I'm finna turn this camera around. Look at these people walking towards me. They got they got they got she has me trying to talk to me, girl. I'm not. Look, climate chaos, dead coral. Look how they walking. Mass hunger, heat waves, oil spill. Look how they walking, girl. Storm surge, habitat
Are they
loss.
protesting?
They got masks on and they got this burlap on and it says different stuff. Wow.
Hmm.
Okay.
Well,
All right. I saw them coming. I was like,
everybody gets their turn.
they do. Like, what you here protesting or what bill you got on the table and say what you need. And that's how they're doing it. So, okay. And theirs is about climate chaos. So hey,
Hmm.
with it. But anyway, your daughters came to the Capitol and did what?
Yeah, for the field trip through
Oh yeah.
Rosebud with
Oh
Rosebud.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Oh, not too long ago, right? Or
uh, let's see. So it was my oldest. She's now a senior. So it's like 7 years ago.
oh no, Rosebuds just did another field trip a couple of weeks ago. I
Yeah,
don't
they
know
do.
where they went, but.
This
It
is
came up
their
here somewhere.
yeah. So each
Okay.
year, like each grade, a different grade has a field trip. It's their annual. And
Got it.
so for fourth grade, it was the capital, but I think right after COVID, then it was San Francisco or I think it's San Francisco or Sacramento. It kind of rotates back and forth. But it was
Right.
cool for because I was a chaperone on that field trip, so went through the tour on the for the Capitol and everything, sat in the gallery and everything. So it was cool, a very cool experience again through
Mm-hmm.
Rosebud and shoot, I had never been to the Capitol before
The
then,
state capital.
so me and my daughter had an amazing experience, a first time experience that we were ever share
Yeah.
together through Tyson Rosebud's year end field trip. So
Yeah,
you
that's what
know,
it was a couple weeks ago. Some kids that go to Victory go to Rosebuds, and they were,
hmm
on their field trip and took the bus up or whatever. So, yeah, it's nice up here, and Sacramento's always been just very beautiful. It does get hot at times, but it has so many trees and the river. Like I posted, I always get window seats because I love the takeoffs and the landings, and I love taking pictures. So the
Did
very
you see
first
my
picture
note when you put it in there on your
when I put what in.
stories? When
Mm-mm.
you was landing, I said, knowing you probably up there as the co-pilot.
Because every time I go somewhere, I am taking video, pictures, all that. I always get a window seat because, especially early morning flights, I just think God's beauty is so amazing. What He created in this earth, and to be now, when we left Burbank, it's June gloom, right? Chilly, cloudy,
hmm
and we just fly up, and it's so gorgeous, sunshine, and seeing those billowy clouds beneath us, and I love seeing that. So I always sit there, and then the mountaintops through the clouds. And then the pictures of Sacramento, like all the greenery and the rivers and all that.
hmm
I was like,
and,
it's
and
so
the
beautiful.
flatness of it.
Yeah, but it's just gorgeous. It's like this earth is really phenomenal. Like God gave us an amazing thing, the planet, the earth, and we be messing it up. But I just enjoy seeing that kind of stuff. So I always take pictures and post. But yeah, up here supporting and doing what we can to make sure this stuff gets passed so that our community isn't devastated yet again on top of the devastation that we've experienced in the last 18 months. And if we don't get these things passed and they support it, then it will be just that because these developers will come in and um, do lot splits. A lot of people get property fees on the dollar and split them or make, apartments or townhouses that are ridiculous in the middle of regular houses. So um, I'm thankful I have the time to get up here today and do this. So that's how I feel.
Will you go ahead, Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman?
When I get to my bed tonight, I'm going to be dead out. I'm going to
Keep
be
doing what
out
you're
like a
doing,
light.
Tony. Appreciate you
For
so
sure.
much.
All right. Well, I got to go find something to eat because 1 o'clock's going to be here very soon and I'm going to get to that place. So I will holler at y'all later. And thank you both for being on, doing your thing. I'll be on the show tomorrow.
All righty.
Peace.
All right. Deuces. No, what do I say? Toodles.
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 Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Later.
Yeah.
And there you have it. I guess the reason why she wanted the music turned down was because it's louder in headphones than it is coming through the computer.
Yep.
So, but we need the music because dead air is dead air. She had sound effects in the background. The agents of Moo Moo was walking through, getting ready with the burlap bags. The KLF.
Whoa.
Tony over there giving them hell, man.
Yeah. Hey, that was a great breaking news, man. You know,
Hey, I'm telling you, you heard it here,
Altadena
folks.
Talks,
You heard it here first. The news outlets don't even have that yet.
Altadena Talks, boy. Y'all better watch out.
Starring Tony Talks, not Tony Bailey Reigns. Tony Talks.
Right. Tony Talks.
That's her name. You know what they said to me when I went to go film the LA 5 Justice event? Oh, are you with Tony Talks? I said, absolutely.
Right.
Look, I don't care how you call me as long as I get through the door.
Yep. Yep.
That's funny. Well, that ends our show. An hour and 34 minutes in. Oh, I probably got some more comments over here. I have to go back and look. So we do have some, and let me pop them up. I don't like to leave people hanging because we were in the middle of conversations about fireworks and the turkey tussle. So we had a lot of comments. So Dustin has said it's never about tradition when the tradition is steeped in blackness. And then what else? I got so many comments. Jazzbo joined from the Carolinas.
Kakalaka.
And Good Eating said, I'm talking about the whole toy. I think he meant something else. City. The whole city in general, from parades to park usage, public pools, regarding about the money situation. And then Elaine came, yay, come on, Tony, give us the tea. And she did. And Stogie Man said, hey, fellas.
Stogie?
And Dustin said, do some research and you'll discover that the entire area that encompasses the Rose Bowl Aquatic Center, Jackie Robinson baseball field, and the golf course were completely owned by a black man. They do some research. That's not the second part of it. There's another section. Here it is. He gained his wealth in the Midwest in the insurance industry, and his family donated the land to the city of Pasadena. This is a very well-kept, or shall I say, buried fact about Pasadena, which, yeah, that's stuff we need to know.
Yeah, appreciate that, Dustin. I definitely gonna look all the way into that.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the same man that started an insurance company that's on Arlington and Adams, which is still the Landmark Mutual Insurance of America or something like that. It's not that insurance company anymore, but that front of that building is a landmark, so they keep the name there. Yeah, so, and Good Eating said, should be one-way streets. They so narrow. I mean, yeah, they are, man. Especially on my street. It's very
nowadays they're trying to make Fair Oaks damn near a one-way street the way they.
Well, they made it a one-lane street.
Yeah, I know, but from there it's going to end
up from Washington to Montana. Ain't that crazy,
man?
But you know what? I have to say, people were flying up that street.
Oh,
no, they were flying up that street. So they made a center divider so that delivery people could have a place to pull over. Emergency lane is actually wide enough for a fire truck. You know, it's, you know, 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. Mm-hmm. Me personally, I take Raymond as soon as I get to Washington and come back on Montana. I don't even deal with that anymore. Because you know what really messes it up for everybody? The buses. Because now there's not 2 lanes. You gotta you're at the mercy of the bus.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's 2 or 3 buses coming down. So, you know, like, what's going on?
It seems like sometimes the city and the county and stuff they find extra paint and then say, what are we gonna do with this? And just do stupid stuff to me.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and put this on.
Yeah. Well, we got a bunch of green paint. Let's make bike lanes everywhere.
Dustin said, not anymore. The administration took away that ability since September 30th. EVs can no longer ride carpool without multiple passengers. The state passed legislation to extend EV carpool perks, but federal government did not approve. Fines start at $4.90. Keep your money in your pocket. Hey, that's why I got fast track, because fines start at $4.90. No joke. I'm seeing people pulled over in that bad boy left and right. Not me. I'm going to continue to do my 81. Because I ain't going to say go any higher than that. They're going to notice. But, hey, thank you, everybody, for joining in. This has been a very interactive show. We had Tony come down and give us some breaking news from Sacramento, and I even still got the banner up there saying she's from there. Let's take that down. And everybody keep your head up, keep your nose to the ground, be cognizant of your surroundings, and eat more vegetables.
And take care of yourself. Take care.
Yeah.
Find some time to treat yourself to some peace.
That was what Wellness Wednesday was about.
Yeah, peace of mind, and just meditation. Do something. Treat yourself to 15 minutes. 15 minutes.
Don't call me on July 5th. Do not call me. I'm not answering. In fact, I'm leaving my phone at home. Brothers, leave your phone at home. If you want some peace in the morning, drunk. Fellas, leave your phone at home.
Man.
Especially on Father's Day. You don't want to be bothered because all they're going to do is make you do more things you don't want to do. Do not accept tools on Father's Day because that's an inside joke on you. Because now you're going to be doing stuff for her and her friends.
Man.
Then you're going to open up the wheel and jump out.
Well, I did get an update from Jamal with regards to the tournament. I believe they went 9-2. 9-2 in the tournament. They lost their second match today, so they're done. But they overall really had a strong performance. Really did well. Probably just really fatigued out, or they did three games each day, and each day was they won the first 7. They won 7 straight.
Mm-hmm.
So that takes a lot out of you to maintain that excellence. So but major kudos to the team, my niece and my brother, for representing all the way out there in Orlando. And I was telling them, they just keep knocking on that championship door, man. They're going to get through. So for sure.
Keep running up that road. Keep running up that hill.
So for sure, very proud of them representing everything. And, 9-2, man. Hey.
Right.
That ain't bad at all.
That ain't nothing to sneeze at. And a lot of people went home, so it was quieter as you went.
Right. Yeah. And Jamal was actually saying that some of the teams or players were staying to watch their game, kind of rooting them on and stuff. So they were definitely being recognized for their efforts and just the team that they had there representing. So major kudos. I believe Jamal gets back tomorrow. So that's the update from Jamal's front since I had chatted with him earlier today.
Well, I'm glad to be part of that celebration, and good luck and everything to Kaya and her team. And Jamal, I know he's going to be burnt out, so this 3-day weekend is going to be perfect for him. So he's going to try to relax. Mm-hmm. I know I'm going to go have ramen today.
Okay.
That Tatsu ramen, which is directly down this alley. So that'll be my 300 steps.
Yeah, man. Get it in.
All right, y'all. We appreciate everybody joining today, and we will talk to you mañana. Stay tuned, stay strong, and stay healthy. Peace in the Middle East, and I mean that in real time.